Well, hello my crafty friends and welcome to another YouTube video by yours truly. So what have I got for you today? Christmas cards. There's a surprise. Now, where shall I start? Well, let's start with the products that I used. It's Crafter's Companion Cutting Dies Christmas Tags. And I brought these and I thought actually, apart from using them as tags, which is the obvious thing that you can use them for, on the back it shows you all the product details. So you've got the bottom part of the tag to shape the bottom part of the tag. You've got the tops where you can do where it cuts the whole of the shape and what have you, which are all these bits here. So there's your top bits. If I get a piece of white card, that's not much cop, is it? What about that? Yeah, that'll do. Right, so there's your tops that will shape the top of your tag, and these bits here will shape the bottom parts of your tag, and these are the decorations. Now, although it was packaged as Christmas tags, me being me thought, well, actually, let's do something a bit different. And if you're one of those people that like to coordinate your Christmas themes, cards, tags, and all the rest of it, then watch this video because I will show you how to use these tags to make Christmas cards. And it's actually not all that difficult. It's fairly straightforward. It's fairly straightforward. And if you do your Christmas cards with these dies, then you can make coordinating matching dies for your presents, so everything's nicely coordinated. How fab will that be? Right, okay, so again, usual palaver. If you like my videos and you like what you see, or excuse me, if you do like what you see, if you like my videos and the way that I do things, and I will say I am not affiliated or associated with any particular company, or this is just purely me on my own doing what I love most and sharing it with people. This is why I like it. So if you do like my channel, please like and subscribe it, share it on your own other media platforms, social network platforms that you belong to, or other groups that you belong to. So like, copy, share, paste my YouTube channel. If you could do that, that'd be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. It'd be much appreciated. And yeah, so it's just me loving and doing what I love and sharing it with you people out there. So okay, let's crack on and turn these tag dies into lovely little Christmas cards. And as you can see, I've used both cards the same size. So basically it's a 5x5 inch card blank. So let's get to it. So 5x5 card blank, which I have here. What I will say also is, like I always say with die cutting machines, if you've got a slightly different card die cutting machine, obviously follow your manufacturer's instructions as to the sandwich of your die cutting machine. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Obviously I'm using the Gemini, so I've got my Gemini there, just there, with my plates on top, poised, ready to go. So obviously I did the Christmas tree on this one, and I'm just going to look to see if I can get away with doing see, that goes I wonder. I'm cogitating. That's a big word. Oh, I've just realised. Right, yes. Okay. I'm going to do the stocking. Now, the reason I'm doing the stocking is so that you can see it's not just a Christmas tree you can use. But well, let me explain what I'm doing. Let me explain these dies. Right. Before I get too carried away. Basically, if you look at them, you've got a little tab at the top here and the bottom here. So everything on that side of the die will be cut away. So if I turn it over, I know or will it? Am I getting this right? I did it on the Christmas tree. See, that went there. No, I don't think, because that's the cutting edge. That will all be cut away. Yeah, no, I am right. I'm doubting myself. Let's go with this. Yes, because obviously, right. Yes, I'm with it. Oh, excuse me. So all this will be cut away. That is your cutting edge. So where that point is, down to that point there, all that will be cut away. So yes. So will we get two? Let's mark it. No is the answer to that. So it'll just have to be the one in the middle. And I'm just going to put... I'm doubting myself here. I really am. There's only one way to find out. I know the Christmas tree works. There's only one way to find out. I'm really doubting myself here. I think this is going to be wrong. I might be pleasantly surprised. I don't know. As I say, there's only one way to find out. See what happens. No, it's not going to work because if I cut down through there, it could work. If you possibly... No, I'm going to abandon that. Abandon that. No, it won't work with the shoe. Stocking. So now you know. It will not work with the stocking unless you do it the other way. So let's go back to the tree and let's do so we know it won't work with a stocking. So I will figure out something to do with that later. So, stocking, Christmas tree rather. Let's score the card. And then get our Christmas tree. So, as I say, you've got your tabs at the top. So, see, this is what confused me because all that is the cutting edge. So if you turn that over, it's going to cut all that bit away and leave that bit on the side. So that's what I wonder if no. Anyway, back to the Christmas tree. Right, here we go. Rotate your plates. And I keep this because you can use it for other things. And that's come out pretty clean. Put that back on its carrier sheet and then just pop out these odd little bits, and they do pop out fairly easily. And I will get rid of those, put them in there. Now all you do here is, and I have got it out, my craft knife that is, I thought I had, there it is, over there. So if I hold this up so you can see it, you've got a little slit going down, so I just cut from that down to the bottom of the card. Likewise at the top above the star you've got a little slit, and again I just cut with my craft knife from there to the top of the card, and that's all you do. So I mean, you can do, they do line up, but the temptation is you might forget and go. So I prefer just to do it in two separate moves, and then your craft knife will fall into the slot and away it goes. And then it's just a question of just easing that. So I'm going to try something else now. Oh, I got a plain piece of, yay. Right, let's take this a little stage further, possibly. And I'm just going to, again, tape this down. This is a bit ad hoc, really. Now, this is obviously gold Miri card. Have I got any silver? Because silver's rather nice on... Did I get any silver? Yeah, let's get some textured silver. Get some silver going. So, I've got a bit of silver, maybe silver textured cards. So I'm just going to go on there, and I'm just going to put that on there, rotate my mat, so that's always a good idea. Put that down on there. Don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know what I'm really doing, but I'm just experimenting for a minute. See what happens. So we can get rid of those for the minute, and we can peel off our tree. Put that to one side, and we have got, take these out. Put that onto the carrier sheet, and now we have got right. I don't know if this will work. We'll wait and see. pair of scissors. So let's cut this off. So, and then I'm just going to there's my tree. So all I'm going to do is very carefully fussy cut around the edge of my tree. Very carefully. You can see. So I'm just very carefully indeed, fussy cutting around the tree. And then we'll do just nip. There we go. Now, if you wanted to, you can, I mean, if you wanted to, you can cut away completely that side. If you wanted to. I'm not. I'm just gonna put it like that for the minute. Let's get rid of my plates. That was my plates, which have just crashed onto the floor. Apologies. And let's get some snail. Now I've got the dotty snail here. Let's get a... I'm just going to pick up my mats. Hang on. I do apologise. Sorry. Now, if this works... right, so I've got some dotty glue tape. So I'm just going to go over... my die cut tree, which I've just painstakingly cut out without trying to distort the shape too much. Right, so that should be enough. Put that to one side. Now, very, very gently and very carefully lay your Christmas tree, your silver one that you've just painstakingly cut out, and just very gently ease it over the top of the white one. And you can lift and stretch it back into place. You just need a little bit of patience with this. And if you've got a bit of white, it doesn't matter, because you could actually There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So that's another look that you could do with your Christmas cards. And to match it, all we need to do is cut. So we have got, so we need 2.5. Yeah, let's go for the 2.5. So 2.5. 2.5. And we know it's a 5-inch piece of card, so and again, this will be a very quick, easy, straightforward Christmas card. So that's what I'm looking for. So just to make sure, yeah, so that should be 4 3/4. This is a 5-inch card, so 5 3/4. And again, just check. Cool. And then you go with your snail. And down the middle. And then we can put this down onto our card front because it matches the same as the tree. And there we have. How cool is that? So already, using the same die, we've got 2 very different looks. Obviously with this one, I've just kept it white. Now, if you want to, you could go over with your alcohol markers and colour in the tree, put a bit of copy paper underneath. Put some copy paper underneath, colour in the tree with your alcohol markers. So you'll have another look then, another look to the tree. Or you could do what I've just done, die cut the tree again on foil card, fussy cut it out on this side, stick it down on top of the original tree, and you've got another look. So from that one die already, we've got 2 different looks. And again, you've got room to put your Christmas greeting. So if you die cut in white card, you can stick that on and you've got room on the inside to put your Christmas greeting. If you savvy with a computer and Word, or you've got whatever, again, or you could just stamp your Christmas greeting on the inside, white or colored card. If you've got I mean, I just use plain blue copy paper. You can use that on the inside and then just stamp a Christmas message on the inside. Now what I would suggest is, before you stick this into that, if you've stamped your image, do it first on your card, on your copy paper. Stamp your Christmas greeting first, and if it stamps out okay, I mean, obviously use a stamping platform, stamp your Christmas greeting and then stick it in, because it's easier to get rid of, it's cheaper to get rid of the copy paper than to have trying to rip the whole thing out and start again. So having gone through all that trouble, it's easier to just mess up the copy paper and then get rid of, instead of messing up the whole card, if that makes sense. So yeah, stamp your image on, stamp your Christmas greeting onto your copy paper first, then stick it into your card. So again, so that's what I would do there. So you've got 2 already that I've done with the one die, which came as gift tag dies. but we have made them into cards. Right, cool, excellent. So that's that. Let's do something else. Let's do, what should we do? Now, let me have a look. Let's do the holly leaves. The holly leaves are good. Now I know how they're going to stamp out. I mean, you've obviously seen me, you've obviously seen the bells. So let's have a, oh, we've got snowflake. Let's do some snowflake. Yeah, let's do a snowflake. That goes with white. Oh, actually, I know what I'm going to do. Bear with me. I'll put that down there and I'm going to forget where I'll put it. Right, this is Centura Pearl Snow White with a hint of gold. And it's obviously Clatter's Companion. I think this came in as a pack. And I did have a pack open somewhere and I've dumped it and I've, I don't know what I've done with it. But again, this is going to be fast, quick, easy, and it's 310 grams, so it's a really nice quality, and it's not going to be an awful well, I'm going to cut this down to 5 by, because I want to, what do I want? I want to basically a 5 by 5 card length. So I'm going to cut this down to get that over to 10. And then I'm going to need to get my scoring board, aren't I? Because I didn't think I was going to be doing this. So there's my card blank. Oh, this is going to, right, this is going to, I think, look really nice because it's going to be one of those things where you're not going to have to do a lot because the card's going to do it for you. Right, here's my scoring. Right, 5 inches, there we go. You could do it both sides if you want, but let's just go for the one. Put that away because we're not going to need that again. And we can give this a nice crease. And then, yes, I did remember where I'll put the die. So we can get our die and let me get, yes, because it's got to cut all the bottom bits, so that's cool. I'm just going to line that up. Right, so let's get this over here so you can see what I'm actually doing and lining up and all the rest of it, because that would benefit you, wouldn't it? So basically, right, everything below these little notches, is that, yeah, right, that's clear. Right, everything below these little arms, everything below that is the cutting it bit. Everything above that is just going to leave the pattern of the snowflake embedded into the card. It will become clearer. So what I want to do is line this up. If what I'm going to do first, so I'm going to move this line here. I'm going to move right onto my crease, like that, right onto the fold line. So, and I'm going to again make sure I get my pencil. Just going to put a little pencil mark. Yeah, stacks of ribs, so I can get 2, so that's fine. That's what I'll need. So what I'm going to do is line that up again, right onto, and now because all this is going to be cut away, that's where I would prefer to stick my tape. So, oh, I'm exciting about this. This is exciting. So I'm going to put that onto there. Again, use the appropriate sandwich for your machine, and then we can put this through. Hairs. Where am I getting hairs from? Now, because it's coated, I don't think I need to do that again. So very carefully, I should have checked it, but yeah, it does slot back in. So I'm going to put in an extra plate, i.e. the magnetic shim, just to give me a bit more pressure, because it's, I should have realised, because it's coated cardstock, it will need that bit extra pressure. And that should now do it. And push. Yeah, not a problem. Right, so I'm just going to take that off, and then I'm going to just take my little bit of tape off, and then I'm going to poke all this through. And then we will have ourselves an edgeable and I've just thought of something else now going through my head. Another time. Right, I'm going to put that, get rid of these little bits. I have got a bin down next to me. Right, okay, so what we need to do now is line that up with the edge, because I can always just, with my craft knife, that's not a problem. So we can, and the other thing I just thought of as well, which I will get to as well, it's just something else I thought of. But I will, let's just get this done. Just rotate that, move that up there. Cool, this is exciting. Right, here we go. Let's move that out of the way, and then let's gently just just be very, just cool. Once you get the tape off, it's fine. We can clean our die, put this back onto its carrier sheet, and then I will show you something else with this particular die, because it will work right, okay, let me just clear these bits, trim these card down, and then I will explain myself instead of just mumblings. Right, so let's cut that bit first, and then need that bit, and then we just need a bit. Move that up to there, and then we just cut that away, and we have got a beautiful snowflake edged Christmas card. How cool is that? No, if I put something, you'd be able, it would help. If I put something underneath for you to fully appreciate. There you go. How cool is that? And that again is done with your Christmas tag die. But we made a border, Christmas border. So, and again, at the top, just measure it. We know it's 5 inches, so I would go, so what are we, 2 3/4, so 2.5 inches by 4 3/4, and then you've got a nice bit of pattern paper to go on top if you so desire, or glitter paper, whatever. So there you go, ladies and gents, you have got out of this tag. Yeah, that's what I was going to show you with the snowflake. You can have it going down the side of your card. So instead of the bottom, you could also have it on the side, like that. And you could have the fold there. So there is so many different connotations to these dies. They're not just tags. You can, as I've proven and as I've shown you, you can use these to make into lovely little cards. And again, having a look at them, let me just draw your attention to the front of the box. So again, you've got the poinsettia. So as we've done with the snowflake, you can do with the poinsettia. So you can have a border of poinsettia. Snowflake we've done. Bells I have done. So that one. Holly leaves you can do. Presents you can do, and the bauble. So all these you can do as a border going down poinsettia. You can go down the side of your card. Holly leaf, yes, you can have that going down as a border. Present, no. Bauble, no. That will have to go along the bottom. Those two will have to go along the bottom. That can go down the side. That can go down the side. That can go down the side. So yeah, but again, it's just a question of just having a look at the die. So if I take out the poinsettia one and just bring your attention. So again, like I said earlier, all this bit here where the tabs are, everything from that down to the left of those tabs will be cut away. All that to the right, sorry, to the left will be cut into the card. So everything to the right of those tabs on this one will be cut away, like we've done with the snowflake. So yeah, so yeah, basically don't dismiss these as just Christmas tag dies. You can use these to make your cards, and again with the borders, you can actually use these to actually, especially the nice curvy one, if I can get it off. You can actually, if I can, I'm trying to do it without bending the card too much. Right, so basically what you can do is, that's the cutting, you can actually shape your corner of your card. See? So there's another thought for you. But I would do it actually separate. I would just do it on one, just cut away the corner, on that side, and then again you'll have a nice edge. Also, what you could do is do it to all four corners without doing that, and put something in the middle. Put a tag in the middle. So there's loads of different options with these dies. So again, like I keep saying, don't just dismiss them as Christmas tags. You can do so much with these. Right, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope that's given you some ideas, some inspiration, and if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. That would be absolutely amazing. And and if you could like and share onto other websites, clubs, Facebook pages that you belong to, again, that would be absolutely awesome. And I will see you next time, and I probably will do something totally different. And I got a feeling in my head I actually might do Tim Holtz, possibly. So yes, so thank you for joining me. So we have done 4 cards. I've shown you 4 cards, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.